Good morning, everyone. My name is Jamian Bunting, and today I'm going to be doing the This I Believe speech on forgiveness. I have my outline notes right here on my iPad. Um, so pretty much, like what I believe about forgiveness is that, let's say like when you are in a bad relationship and someone does you dirty, and you decide, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to do this anymore. You let them go. Letting go is key to forgiving somebody. Once you let that person go, you're going to eventually forgive them because you're going to give yourself that time and that space to really reflect, forgive, and move on. And then you'll be set for the future. You know what I mean? I believe forgiveness is not about excusing harm, but it's more about like freeing yourself from it. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if you're in like an abusive relationship and you've been dating for like 3, 4, 5 years, and you finally decide, okay, like I'm done, I've had it, it's time to get out of this, it's time to let go. You are freeing yourself from that harm because you are mentally and emotionally forgiving this person. You're forgiving this person, excuse me. You're forgiving this person who hurts you all this time because you want better for yourself and you want that peace for yourself, and most of all, you want that freedom. That's why you finally decided to let that person go. And there's nothing wrong with, of course, doubting it at first, but you really need to, again, reflect on if it's a good decision to stay with them or not, or say, hey, I forgive you, but I can't do this anymore, so you have to go. So, there's just lots of ways you can go about forgiveness and forgiving someone, and really like trying to heal yourself and get over them while still forgiving them. The main points I have forgiveness as growth and strength. I have forgiveness as personal healing. So again, relationships, friendships, family, someone hurts you, you want to let them go, forgive them and let them go and move on. And then forgiveness as a choice and not at a one-time event. So again, if you're in a relationship and you guys are together like 3, 4, 5 years, and um, you actually like let them go in that moment, but then you get back together with them the next week, you're not really letting them go. That was just for the one time because you guys had an argument or you guys had a disagreement, so you decided to just go ahead and split up for that one week. And now you guys are back in the same square because you made a choice one time, not a permanent choice. So let's try to avoid that. My first point is going to be forgiveness promotes personal healing. In my opinion, I really think it does promote personal healing because again, like once you're letting something that hurt you go for so long, or I guess like depending on how long it was, that is healing you as a person. Like you are, rebuilding your character, your happiness, your soul. You're just in like a rebuilding phase when you're trying to do the personal healing part of it and really trying to forgive whoever hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Because holding on to anger can really like mess with your mental and your emotional state, and that's just not something you want to go through. Um, Forgiveness also helps resentment, and it also helps with emotional pain. So again, like if you have a friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or someone who constantly stole from you or constantly told you how ugly you looked or constantly said that you are a piece of crap because of this reason, you know, you really have to learn how to forgive, resent that, and then turn it into something better. So that's pretty much what my main point is for that, is to make sure that you are forgiving more than you are really like trying to like find ways to egg it on. You know what I mean? My second point is going to be forgiveness requires strength and growth. So again, it's not easy to let someone go, especially when you love someone, or you were friends with this person for this long, or your family member did this after this many years. You really just have to learn how to just be strong and learn to grow from it. And I can't stress that enough because when I was leaving my abusive ex-fiance, it took everything in me to leave him. Like it took all the courage I had because I was so scared to say I was done with him because of how abusive he was. But once I found out like, hey, like, this is my worth, I'm worth this and that, that's when I let him go. And I was like, hey, you're gone. I love myself and I forgive you, but I have to let you go because you're not benefiting my life. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you really have to be strong and just really have your head on when you're trying to grow and find the strength to let someone go and to forgive them. It goes a long way. I can't stress it enough. You know, if you hold on to anger, just like I said before, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to make things worse. It's going to put you more far in your head, and that's not what we want. We want to be able to move on while forgiving this person or that person or him, her, or hey, even your dog or cat. You know, if they pooped on the ground, like, forgive them, move on. You know, life happens, unfortunately. My last point here is going to be forgiveness is a process and a choice. So keywords: process, choice. It definitely is a process because, again, you just got to take the time and the courage to really be able to, like, say to someone, hey, I forgive you, but I'm letting you go. And it definitely is a choice because, again, if you're in an abusive relationship and you're trying to get out, but you're still making the choice to stay there, that's why you're not progressing. That's why you can't forgive, because you're choosing to stay in that position. So, forgiveness, it really is a process and a choice because, it takes a lot to get through. It takes a lot to, to bring up or to confront or whatever, but it's also a choice to forgive. If you can't forgive, then you're not going to get anywhere. But my conclusion pretty much is going to be, like, forgiveness is an act of self-respect and strength. So if you don't love yourself or respect yourself, what makes you think you're going to be able to, forgive somebody else for what they did to you if you don't even love yourself? Or if you don't even forgive yourself for what you do. You know what I mean? Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it also does reshape the future, which is a huge thing in my opinion, because you can't let the past affect your future. And I know a lot of us have heard that saying, so really think about that when you're, thinking about forgiveness or trying to forgive someone, or you're in the process of trying to forgive someone, because it's a lot. Like forgiveness is a very huge topic for a lot of people, especially for me, because I've been through a lot of hurt myself, and like forgiveness is just not something I take very lightly. But it's all about self-respect and having that strength to be able to forgive. Forgiveness also does not shape the future, forgiveness does not change the past, but it does shape your future. Like I said, it's a process. There's gonna be times where you're self-doubting yourself, like, hey, like, did I make the right choice by leaving this person? You did. So make sure that when you are actually in the process of healing and forgiving someone or whoever it is, do not let it affect your future. Leave it in the past. Okay? And choosing forgiveness is peace over pain. So, peace over pain any day. I'm sure we all can agree on that. Choose your peace over your pain. That is going to be, like, my main, like, point here. Choose your peace over your pain. Forgive the people that have hurt you, and move on. Do not let it affect your future. Do not let it shape you for who you are. Learn from it, grow from it, and heal from it. I appreciate you guys for watching my video today. I really hope I hit some nerves there and some points and targets. And I'll see you guys later.